please stop it now.
Now, Abby's in charge
You're damn right she's in charge.
when she's home with the kids.
And maybe, just maybe, you can pick a side. And now, here's Dr. Amy Schreibman and Mike Almudacy with our show.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. We are here in Boca Raton, and we are He Said, She Said. I am Amy Schreiben, and this is my lovely co-host,
Michael Almudacy?
Carol Merrill. Remember that show on Let's Make a Deal?
No, that was before my time.
Yeah, all right. Yeah. Keep it up, Mike. Keep
Yes,
it up.
ma'am.
Well, I can't say that. Anyway, I look like I'm not real on TV. It's too much lighting. But
You're
it's
real.
Okay. I am real. 3D in the flesh. Anyway, so what's going on? How was the week?
Everything was great. Had a great weekend.
Did you? What'd you do?
Smoked some cigars. Play with the kids.
I'm a nurse.
We got a
That's
new
not
dog.
good. I heard with Charlie.
Oh, Charlie, you got a good memory. Yeah, Charlie's great.
For an old bag, right?
Yeah.
I like Charlie. Where'd you find Charlie?
From a friend of ours. I had to do a shout out to Faye and George. Thank you very much for Charlie. It was great.
Love Charlie.
Yeah.
Charlie. That's very cute. Kids love him.
The kids, I don't know who was wearing out who first, because the three boys were running up and down.
Charlie wants to be abandoned
Charlie,
again.
after 3 hours, Charlie was exhausted.
I've had enough. All right, poor Charlie. Now, is Charlie a boy or girl?
Charlie's a girl. Abby wouldn't allow
Just
a male.
Just making my case. Another girl.
Yeah, well, Abby in our household didn't want another male.
I got to tell you the truth, though. I
Don't start.
enjoy the male dog better than the female dog. We have two ourselves, and we have the male dog, gentleman, sweet.
Really?
Female dog's crazy.
Well,
My husband
go figure.
says, my husband
He
says
said,
that's
she
me.
said. It's like logic versus
seriously.
illogic,
No,
right?
yeah. Keep it up,
You
Mike.
keep it up. Keep it up.
Let me just say one thing.
Only one thing? Are you
There's
sure
going to
about
be a
that?
problem. There's going to be a problem this evening. First of all, he's mamming me and call me Poomalicious on Facebook.
I didn't
That's
call you
all right.
Pumala. Oh, yes.
Yes, you did.
No, I wrote it.
Yes, you did. All right, please, seriously. So we have a lovely guest this evening. We have Melissa Santiago, who is a longtime friend of mine. Not that long because she's so young. But we met how many years ago now?
I would say it's going on 10 years.
10 years, that long.
Wow.
That
Yeah.
long. Yeah. When
Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Yes, and
it's good to be here.
Melissa works in real estate, and she came on to be our lovely she. We often masquerade as mother and daughter. I'm proud to say that. And we just did that
You're
at the football
twins.
game on
You're
Sunday.
twins.
We did.
Not quite. No, twins where gravity is not my friend and still remains friendly to her. We actually were at the Dolphins-Patriots game.
Yes, we were.
And she was just the center of attention.
Well,
But I broke it up. Let's be honest. I broke it up.
How
how did you
Come
break
to
it
the
up? I
right.
want to hear how you broke it
All
up.
right, come
What'd you
on.
do?
First of all, I've had enough. I'm the mother here. I said, you have to leave. And they were like, you're her mother? I'm like, yes, I am. They're like, wow. I said, I know. It's in the genes. So that's all I had to do. It was quite funny. My poor children were like, Mom, what are you doing? But it was really funny. We had a good
Protecting
time.
me.
I was protecting
Saving
you.
me.
It was good. We had a good time. And we have another esteemed gentleman guest this evening. Our guest, Mr. John Walsh.
Glad to
Correct?
be here.
He is a
Yes.
commodities broker, which means, like, when you say commodities, I literally just get a brain fart because I think it is so cool what you do. And I know it means there's money involved, and I like that. It's very attractive. And he's the president of Walsh Trading. Very impressed.
Welcome,
I
John.
say
Welcome.
Are you married?
I am married,
It's a
yes.
shame. Go ahead. Well, maybe not. Go ahead.
John, what brings you down to South Florida?
Well, thanks for having me. The opportunity here to come and talk, introduce myself, talk a little bit about what I do, and I have the opportunity to sit in here and maybe talk about a few other topics.
What is it that you actually do? I know. I've known you for many years, but explain to our listeners what it is that you do.
Okay, absolutely. So I'm involved in the futures markets, the commodities markets. We're located in Chicago, just down the street from the Board of Trade, which is where I started about 30 years ago. We handle commercial business and manage futures. We work with certain CTAs, commodity trading advisors, and help people diversify their portfolios. We're not securities brokers or involved in the security side of the business, but people who might want to diversify some of their portfolio holdings, possibly, and look at an alternative investment. We offer people those opportunities.
Okay. Now, is it only agricultural commodities, or do you also do financial products?
From the office standpoint, we handle all the futures markets, so financial products and agricultural products. We work with CTAs who trade all the markets as well.
Wow.
That's
Very,
neat.
very
That's neat.
impressive.
Let me ask you, what, with the election and with the Trump administration winning, how does that affect your markets and your business?
Well, I would say historically, people have always said that the futures markets are somewhat impervious, so to speak, to the ups and downs, because in the futures markets, you can trade both sides. You can trade both sides of the market. You can be long or short. But I do think that the Trump administration does offer some different opportunities than we've seen in the last 8 years. I think every administration comes in and they have certain things that they want to accomplish, so to speak. And I think a couple of the things that Trump is talking about, he'd like to cut regulations a little bit. And I think also in that you'll see an expansion in certain parts of the markets that I think will present opportunities for investors that maybe you haven't seen over the last 4 to 8 years.
So what you're saying is you're pro-Trump or in
Ooh, we're not getting into that, are we? But I
No,
thought I
no,
would.
no.
I would.
No, I don't
No.
think I'm actually, Mike. I'm not here to. I'm not here to
Political-
sell a political
political,
aspect
right.
of the market.
Okay.
What I am saying is, though, I think that we have to look at each administration in its own unique way, and I think that we
Absolutely.
have to say that there's opportunities. Just as people who followed Obama, there were opportunities when he came in and he wanted to put certain things in place,
I
and
agree.
so I think that
Great
Trump will
answer.
have there'll be opportunities in the market because of the things that Trump will put in place as well.
That's great. For any of our listeners that are interested in calling or asking John or any of us any questions, please feel free to call toll-free 1-888-565-1470.
And you can also get us on Facebook Live at He Said, She Said. And our we have a website now, hesaidshessaid.com, southflorida.com. So it's He Said, She Said, SOFLA.com. So that's how you can get us. But I have to be honest with you, I am not financially apt, but everything you said was very sexy. I have to tell you.
Take it easy, Pumalicious. Take it easy.
very
Take it easy.
interesting.
Noah's not going to be happy about this.
Well, he'll get over himself. When it comes to money, he'll be fine. But I just find that very interesting. And not all our listeners, nobody was plugging any political agenda. So let's not get all our panties in a knot.
We are
Everybody's
the
good.
apolitical.
No,
You're
we're
wrong.
not. Let's
Anyway,
lie.
yeah.
But so anyway, I don't particularly get a chance to watch television.
Why is that?
It's because I don't have time. I have no time. I really do not have the time to do that, and that's usually when I was writing my dissertation, I would put the TV on for background noise because I didn't want to feel so alone, even though I was very alone at the time. But I got a chance. How do I get my news and information? Is either Facebook, which is a wonderful source for that, or I go on, online, and I don't watch the award shows. I just like to know what the girls are wearing. But I have to say,
That's why I watch the award shows too. I wanna-
what girls aren't wearing. But I have to ask a question.
Oh no.
I'm not going to talk specifically about what Meryl Streep said because I happen to like Meryl Streep.
I just watched it.
I know you told me that. But I think, do you think, in a guy's opinion, do you want to hear your entertainment's feelings about something, or do you want them to entertain you?
No, I think they should entertain. I think they should. I watched the Meryl. You mentioned before pre-production the Meryl Streep thing, and I think they have a responsibility, and I have no problem with that. But when they use their power and their influence as a celebrity to falsify in some things, like she said some very good things. I have no problem.
Agreed.
When she was lambasting President-elect Trump on abusing the reporter who has cerebral palsy, I agree 100%. There's no call. He cannot be defended about that.
No.
He was 100% wrong.
Agreed.
But with that said, she also took about 3 minutes of her dissertation last night to discuss different actors from different countries, which are, I guess, all American citizens now. Who knows? I don't know. And she was making it sound like President-elect Trump and the
Was gonna
administration
deport everybody?
was going to try to deport them.
I
think that's BS.
I agree with you on that too, but I think that the forum, that kind of forum.
It's not the product.
It's not.
right.
It's not the forum. No one. I'm watching the show because I want to hear your acceptance speech. I don't
Right.
want to hear about your views.
Exactly.
And I think, in my opinion, I think celebrity has a lot of power. It really, really does, and I think that's fine. And I think you should use your celebrity in a positive way. But I think there's a time and place for it, and I don't think that's the time and place. I want to be entertained.
Right.
And like
And
when
so
you come
that's
to the
what they're getting paid for.
hospital,
They're getting paid for that.
seriously, you come to the hospital, I don't think you want me to pontificate about president-elect or the past president. You want to be treated, as
Right.
much as I have an opinion, that's not the time and place for it.
It's the same thing with the cast of Hamilton. Listen, I hear it's a fantastic production, rave reviews, but when they outcasted Vice President-elect Pence,
Right, that was not cool.
That was not appropriate. Again,
Although I don't think it was done in a poor fashion, I don't think it was the venue to do so.
yeah, it's not the venue. It's not the venue. They should. Hey, if they want to take a one-page ad out in the papers, they want to ask him for a meeting, and they
Right.
want to have the meeting
I agree.
taped
What
and
do you
on
think?
live. I think it's good.
What's your opinion?
I think that there's a time and a place for everything, and I think that when you have that social status, you do have a certain responsibility of what you're putting out there. But again, yeah, when I'm watching the award show, I don't want to hear about that.
Exactly. I agree. I have to. And are you feeling the same?
Well, I just think that sometimes people live in glass houses, and I think there's a lot of people who pass judgment on other people rather than maybe fix their own problems. So, I mean, I actually don't watch a lot of the award shows just for that reason anymore.
Okay.
I'm not really big into that, and I just think that it's a little overblown.
Like
Okay.
Robert De Niro, who I love his acting. He was interviewed, I think, for a movie or whatever it was, and he went off on candidate Trump at the time and how the country could not elect this guy and blah blah blah. And afterwards, after the election that Trump won, he was interviewed again, and they asked him his opinion. He said, "You know what? We have to give the guy a chance."
Right.
And I respect that. I respect both sides.
And I agree. I think whether it's your choice or not your choice is fine, and we all have that right. But I think at the end of the day, whoever's in office, be it Mrs. Clinton or Mr. Trump at this point, he's our president,
Right.
and we owe him that much. We are the people, and we have a right to say what we want to say.
Right.
Okay, we're going to go to a break, so we'll hold that thought and we'll be right back. Please give us a call at 1-888-565-1470.
Walsh Trading Inc. is located in the historic Chicago Financial District. Walsh specializes in building long-term relationships that assist you in your asset management needs. Given the long-standing bull market in equities, now may be an excellent time to look for uncorrelated opportunities in the futures markets. Let Walsh Trading offer you a free, no-obligation assessment that may prove fruitful in 2017. Walsh would remind our listeners that investments in futures contracts bear the risk of loss and may not be suitable for all investors. Be sure to review your financial situation before investing with Walsh Trading Inc. info@walshtrading.com. Call 1-800-993-5449. Let's face it, it's all about perspective. Is there really any difference between a man and a woman's take on things? Let's rejoin Amy and Mike on He Said, She Said, South Florida style to find out.
And we are back.
We are back with John and Melissa.
Yes, we are. And this is He Said, She Said. Please give us a call at 1-888-565-1470. You can get us on our Facebook page, He Said, She Said, and you can get us on our website, He Said, She Said, South Florida. It's He Said, She Said, SOFLA.com. So in the venue of award shows, which none of us seem to be watching, I have a problem with the whole, I got to see this a little bit on online today about Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Let me just say this about that.
You have an opinion about something?
I do.
I have a
Because
hard time
first
believing
of
that.
all, I don't think he's all that good of an actor, and I don't even think he's all that good looking. But I will tell you this. He was married to a woman who happened to be another actress, Jennifer Aniston, and I was always Team Jennifer. I'm going to be honest with you. Chelsea Handler, if you're watching, listening, we're on the same page. And he leaves her, does a little trash bag thing there, and he goes with Jolie, which I think she's stunning. I think she's stunning. I think she's nuts, but I think she's stunning. Now they're having this tumultuous divorce situation, and he gets applause at the award show.
Sure. Why not?
What are you getting applause for? Because I cheated on my wife, divorced her, married a nutbag, and now she turned nutty. And this
No,
come
wait a minute. See, I don't have a problem.
Come
I don't have a problem with it because you know what? He was in a room filled with his peers, and they know that he's been going through a rough time.
Let me tell you something.
And listen,
No.
what do you mean no? What do you mean no?
Because he put himself in that position.
She divorced him.
You sleep with dogs. You
Wait
wake
a minute,
up with fleas.
because he made a mistake. How many
It always
years?
takes two to tango,
It takes
though.
two to tango. I
Well,
agree
you're
with you,
not
John.
tangoing with a nutbag. Let me
Listen,
ask you something.
listen,
If
wait a
you
minute.
divorced Abby,
she-
hold on,
if I divorced
because
Abby,
you were
yeah.
cheating with her. All right. You
That
think,
wouldn't happen.
And then, I know that.
Well, I'm
and
not
then
quite
you
sure how
and
that
then
insulted I've just
you
was.
divorced this one because
Abby, I'm coming
whatever.
home tonight, I guess.
You think you were getting applause from me? You know what I would say to you? Holds up a big
So wait a
sign.
minute. So
Loser.
yeah, wait a minute. Look, I'm not defending what he did or he didn't do because I wasn't there. But if he had an affair many years ago and he got divorced with Jennifer Aniston many years ago and subsequently got married to
He
Angelina
had
Jolie.
the affair with Angelina Jolie. That's why he divorced Jennifer
No
Aniston.
problem. But that was how many years ago?
I'm
So
not
he
applauding.
should be like thrown
I'm
in.
not applauding somebody's ridiculously stupid choices. You know what? You made your bed, Sonny. You better lie in it. That's all I'm
I
saying.
disagree 100%.
Next subject.
Yeah, what's the next subject?
I have to tell you.
John, don't you have an opinion on this?
John knows that I'm right. That's why he's not talking.
Don't be afraid of
John's a
Poogalicious.
smart man.
That
Don't-
is a lovely lady, yes.
Yeah, you're a multiple
I knew
things.
I liked you, honey. Yeah, because
What's
you're
a brown
weird on
nose?
Mars.
What-
He's
what-
not a brown nose. He just knows when the cougar.
You're afraid of the puma
He knows
cougar.
where his bread is buttered. That's all I
Yeah,
have
yeah,
to say.
yeah.
I
I've heard
came
it all.
across this very interesting thing, and as a nurse, I think I'm bringing a public service announcement to the air.
You're probably reading this late at night.
No,
3
actually,
in
I
the
read it
morning?
today. Actually, on my way
Well,
home.
3 a.m. is today.
No, it was later than that.
Okay.
Like 5?
4.
There are 5. Well, there were 13 altogether, but I picked 5 exercises that men should do to improve their sex lives, ladies.
Oh, let's hear it.
You ready? Number 1, Kegel exercise. Who knew? Thought it was just for women. Do you know what a Kegel is?
I have no idea.
I didn't know
I know what a
that.
Kegel is for
almost
women.
fell on the floor.
Stop it.
Been a nurse for 33 years. Could not believe. Do you all know what a Kegel is?
I do.
For women, yes.
No, the same thing for guys. You hold it in, right? We're
Didn't
doing
know.
them right
Yes.
now. You don't even know. Me
That's
too.
great.
No, can you
John,
do?
I think we actually that was a compliment. To
Can
us.
you do a Kegel? Do you know how to do?
I
a
don't know
Kegel?
how to
Okay,
do-
it's basically you kind
No,
of. Like,
she's
it's like
not gonna
holding
show
it-
me. She's
it's like
not gonna show
holding
me.
it in to go to the bathroom, and they say Kegels for men are very important because it helps with the pelvic floor. Okay, and it improves endurance, fellas. And it's not just for women only. There you go.
Interesting.
What it does,
knew?
it strengthens the muscles in that area. I like that. Next one, planks.
Planks?
Planks. Do you know? We all know what a plank is.
Yeah, I know what a
right?
plank is.
And the reason why is
Never used
because
it.
it increases the upper body strength, helps your back get strong. So when they say when you are on top, you can hold yourselves up.
And what would that be doing? What do you mean on top?
Because
Explain that
they
to me.
can't now.
During sex. That's what we're talking about.
Hmm.
Next one, I thought this was hysterical. Stability ball crunches is when you're on the big ball and you have to do crunches, but you can't move when you do that. That helps with balance. And I imagine, again, when you're on top or hanging from a chandelier, I have no idea.
Swing.
The fourth one is lunges. Stationary lunges, not ones that you're walking away, when you have to do those squatty, lungey things, not walking. They want stationary ones. It increases the blood flow to the pelvic region. Ergo, I would imagine causing a better and longer erection. I'm a nurse. I
Jeez.
can say this. And
Yeah,
the
you're a
last,
nurse.
the last one is squats. Squats apparently increase testosterone levels.
Wait.
Gentlemen,
I
please
don't know.
call in and let us know.
Who prepared this list?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I
'cause
just read it was on
obviously
AOL.
the most important is practice.
I don't know, but if I got to be honest with you, practice does not always make perfect.
Well, you're shaking your head. Well, I'm not going to go there.
Doesn't always make perfect.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh.
doesn't always make perfect. Trust me on that one. Anyway, so I guess it depends, right? Ken, are you here? What do you think? Does Ken have an opinion? Ken's not
Ken's
even
got
here.
no opinion on
We
this.
have our friend Blake. We're shouting out to you, Blake. We miss you. But Ken is back from vacation. Ken went to Las Vegas. He said he had a very nice time. So Ken is back. Ken gets very testy with me because I'm a little inappropriate for Ken, but that's okay, right, Ken? You still love me. Anyway, so that's my hot list of men things to do.
I've got a question for
Yes.
the
Now,
ladies.
I bet you when you have sex, you're going to be thinking about these things. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think about a few things. But anyway, when in the last show, one of the last questions was love. What's
Love
your
has to do
definition
with-
of love?
Yes.
And you asked me, but I failed to ask you. And Melissa, you're here, and John.
I'm going to let you go first on that one.
I think love can be a number of things depending on the person, depending on how they are. Everybody speaks a different love language. Some people feel love by affection and words of affirmation. Other people feel loved by receiving gifts or kind gestures. For me, I'm the type of person that I enjoy the affection and the cuddling time. What about you?
We got a call.
Oh, we have a call. Who is it?
Kevin.
Kevin, are you on the air, Kevin?
I can hear you.
Hi, Kevin. How can I help you today?
I've just been enjoying the show tonight, and as a guy had to call in, we're holding Brad accountable here for past acts, and I think you got to say that, you know what, people make mistakes, and you move on, and you move into a new relationship, and that's all in the past, and you got to let it go. And then I couldn't agree with you more relative to Trump. That Meryl Streep, I think, was a little out of line. Stick to acting, stick to what you do well, and leave the politics to the others.
I like that, but I have
But,
to tell you, Brad Pitt's 2 for 2 in my opinion.
2 for 2. Or 0 for 2.
No, 2 for 2. 2 loses 2 times. That's it.
Wait, I thought you said Jennifer Aniston was a win.
No, he's a loser 2 times.
Well, he's a loser 2 times. No, wait, but Angelina Jolie, it divorced him. He didn't cheat on.
But she knew going in, not nuttier than a fruitcake.
But wait a
my
minute.
God.
Kid 17
takes
husbands.
two to tango.
Well, I'm sorry, Kevin. I have to tell you, I commend you on your remark about Meryl Streep, but you're way off with the Brad Pitt thing.
But wait a minute. How many men did Angelina Jolie slay before Brad Pitt?
Shall we go through the list?
Well said.
There was a woman. Then there was Billy Bob Thornton, which might I add, she stole from Laura Dern. Okay, that's number 2.
Your memory's pretty good for a woman.
I know all about Hollywood. So that was Billy Bob Thornton. Then she was with another guy, Johnny somebody or other. Messed that up. So we're up. Then Brad Pitt makes 5. Let me tell you something. Going in with those
I'm
odds.
sure there's a lot more.
I'm sure too.
And I'm sure there's more in
There's a
between that we
lot
don't know
more than
about.
just 5.
So you know that she stole another man from another woman. Might I add, they
That's
were
bad.
engaged, and she was on the set, and she stole him.
No good.
So the point I'm trying to say is,
Do you blame him or do you blame her?
you know what? I blame him for that.
Well, wait a minute.
I
Wait a
think
minute.
it takes both. I mean, I'm
Thank
sorry.
you. I agree.
I've seen women in action sometimes, and
Me too. I was one of them.
You
No,
know.
I'm kidding.
That was last week.
That
No,
was
it doesn't know
yesterday.
about it. It's okay.
I think we as women as a whole need to respect each other.
I agree. And each
And-
other's belongings.
Exactly.
Yeah, like my wife in Dominican Republic, she should have peed around my office because it was pretty.
I like that though.
You like
I
that?
like that too. I do, seriously. When I go to the hospital that my husband works at, everybody knows.
Everybody knows
I'm
that-
Mr. Schreibman. Even though I'm
You're the
Dr.
boss.
Schreibman. No, not the boss, but I make it very well known that don't even think about it.
Yeah, you
all
have
right?
to.
I do. I make it very well. So Kevin, thank you so much for calling, but you're wrong.
Guys, love the show.
Kevin,
John,
I agree with you
question
100%.
here.
Yeah, you're a smart,
Appreciate
wise
that.
man. John, your opinion?
Mike, thank you. Hey, John, real quick, as you get into the later part of the show, if you could give a little talk about your thoughts on if Trump takes office here and his taxes are lowered, hedging strategies using commodities for gold. Love to hear your thoughts on that, too. But, guys, great show and love it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kevin. Thanks for listening.
Do you mind if I answer that now?
I
Because
want
I
you
think
to
we're
answer
going
it
to
right
run out
now,
of time otherwise.
'cause we
Yeah.
have
So
2 minutes.
okay, and this is. I just want to preface this by saying this is just my opinion. I'm not a huge gold bull. In fact, the dollar's rallied considerably over the last few years, and all the commodity-based currencies have broken significantly relative to the dollar. Gold is $1,100-$1,200 an ounce. 10, 12 years ago, it started at $200 an ounce, and we rallied up to $1,500, $1,600 an ounce. And I'm not sure that I believe in the whole metals bull story, and that doesn't mean it can't rally from this level. But I just don't know that I believe that we've got a huge bull market in front of us in gold. Now, I think the dollar has significant aspect relative to exports in a lot of the commodity-based markets, specifically the grains and so on and so forth. And a lot of that will depend on Trump could implement a few things that might change some of the imports. I apologize, the exports. Obviously, the stronger dollar also will affect our exports a little bit. China obviously is the largest buyer of commodities globally. And so depending on our relationship with China, I think that it'll be interesting to see if we see a little bit of a slowdown there. There's just so many dynamics. There's probably not enough time tonight to talk about them. I appreciate the
We'll
question.
have to have you back.
Oh, I would love. I would love
just
for that
to interrupt you,
opportunity.
John. What if people want to call you or contact your office?
do
Give them
we
your
do?
number. They
Okay,
contact
well,
you.
no, I appreciate that. 800-993-5449. Again, 800-993-5449. And I'll be happy to answer any questions anyone might have.
All right. Thank you so much. Again, that sounded so sexy. I have no idea what you were talking about, but I just thought it was
I'm
awesome.
going to start talking financial
There
all
you
the time.
go. There you go. It's like better than an accent.
You get home tonight and Noah's going to have like the Barons on. And the
Just
Wall
hold
Street
charge for
Journal.
me with numbers on. Anyway, I want to thank you both for coming. Melissa, thank you so much.
thank you for
John,
having
thank
me.
you so
Thanks for
much.
Thanks for
Coming up.
having me.
Guys, we'll see you next week. We are out. He said, she said. Give us a call anytime. Next week,
Night.
we'll see you at 6:30 Monday night. Have a great week, and we'll talk to you soon. Don't forget, Facebook us with any of your questions, comments.
Thanks
Thank
a
you.
lot.
Have a good night.
You've been listening to and watching He Said, She Said South Florida Style. Join us every Monday at 6:30 p.m. on AM 1470 WNN and 95.3 FM. Or watch live on Facebook, Periscope, or AMP2 TV to talk about hot topics and what makes opposites attract. The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its hosts, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.